Hi guys, we are going to be making today another pantry meal, and I'm making chicken pot pie. If you guys remember, I canned a whole bunch of basic chicken soup, and it's just chicken with carrots, onions, celery, peas, cooked in chicken broth with some seasonings in it. I'm going to go ahead and strain this real quick, and then I'm going to show you how I whip together a quick and simple chicken pot pie. Okay, the first thing I'm going to start with is just making a basic roux. So I'm just going to put in 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to let that melt, and then we'll be adding the flour base. Okay, to this I'm going to be adding a 1/4 cup of flour. Turn that down a little bit. I'm just going to stir this into. We're basically making a sauce base. Like down south you call it a roux. I don't know what else you call it. But you're not going to cook it very long, just a little bit. I'm trying to think how to tell you when it's done. I just go by smell, I guess, when I think the flour's cooked. Okay, now I'm going to slowly whisk in. I guess the bubbles change on it a little bit. I'm going to slowly whisk in a cup of chicken broth. Measure out a cup of milk. You can use heavy cream, full milk. This is evaporated milk I had left over from making a dessert the other day. Now I'm just going to whisk this while this incorporates. It's going to get thicker, and then we'll toss in our ingredients. Okay, it's getting really nice and thick. Let me go grab the soup bits. We're just going to pour all the little soup pieces in here. Okay. Kick it up a notch with a little liquid aminos. Stir this in. Okay. Salt and pepper it a little bit. All right, well, while that is getting all happy together, we are going to roll out our pie crust. Okay, so I made these pie crust, I don't know, probably a week ago now, and they've just been sitting in the fridge. So we're going to roll them out, and they are Amy Fuel's sourdough pie crust recipe. So I'll leave a link to that in the description below. They smell yummy. All right. My family's not a big fan of thick pie crust, but if you are, you can definitely make this thicker. When I say thicker, I mean just don't roll it out as much as I did. All right. We're gonna preheat the oven to 400. we shall get our goodies. Pour that in there. All right. Woo! Doesn't that look good? All right, let's put the top pie crust on. My dogs are at my feet, just waiting for me to drop something. Oh, always underfoot in the kitchen. Okay. Now, I don't get fancy with my pie crust. It's okay if you do. I don't. I just roll them together. I might have enough leftover pie crust. I can make some sweet pies for dessert. Amy, if you're watching this, your pie crust recipe seems amazing, even after sitting in the fridge for a week. Then you're just going to put some slits in it so it can vent while it cooks. Again, I'm not super fancy about this. If you want to be super fancy, you can. This is just dinner for our family. All right. There you have it. So I'm going to put this in the oven for about 50 minutes and check on it. Okay, but wasn't that simple? That was from starting to finishing less than 15 minutes to throw together a pot pie. So on the weekends, guys, just make up some pie crust, throw them in the fridge. You've got them for when you need them. It doesn't take much effort to throw in a pie crust, but when it comes to making dinner and you realize you need to make a pie crust, that's when it feels overwhelming. But when you already have it on hand, like how awesome is that? So I'm just gonna save this pie crust and maybe in a day or two we'll make some sweet pies with it. It should be enough for 3 or 4 sweet pies. And what else was I gonna say? Oh, so yeah, can your basic chicken soup, and we've made chicken and rice casserole with it. Throw in noodles, you've got a yummy chicken noodle soup. Now add a roux base, a gravy base, and you have ready to go chicken pot pie filling. So that's probably what I was looking forward to the most when I made the basic chicken soup. So I'm excited to be able to share with you what it looks like. So stay tuned. I'll bring you guys back when it's all said and done. Okay. So a couple adjustments I made. I was wrong. 425 on the temperature, and I cooked it about 40 minutes. It probably could have gone 30 minutes easy. Now you just have to let it set 10 minutes before you cut into it. If you cut into a chicken pot pie right out of the oven, it's gonna be really soupy still. So definitely let it cool for 10 minutes before you cut into it. All right guys, it's been about 10 minutes. So we're gonna cut into it. This is not, Todd's in here with me, so I'm telling him it's not my pie crust recipe, it's Amy Fuel's sourdough pie crust. I'll bring you guys around and show you the inside. Well, what the inside looks like. Ooh, focus.
Good now?
We had a technical difficulty there. So my resident taste testers are finally trying it. It's not my normal pot pie, right? So the whole purpose of this is to make a pot pie with my pantry preps. So what do you think, Dan?
It's really good.
Yeah.
Really. Especially the crust.
The crust, you like that? Amy, she likes your crust.
Yeah, the crust is good. It's really chewy. The filling's good. Good job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Tastes like a pot pie. Maybe not as buttery as my normal one.
True.
Yeah.
Between your crust and everything.
Yeah, my gravy, the filling always tastes a little bit more buttery to me. But it's good. So there you go. Pantry meal prep wins.